Okay, so, well, it's kind of an auspicious day today, because first things first, I need to give a shout out to my good friend Bridget Souls, who has very kindly provided me with a server to play on. So we now have, this is no longer single player, this is a multiplayer server. I have slots for up to 100 people to play with me on here. Not that that's likely to happen anytime soon, but still, the capacity is there. This means that over the coming weeks, what I shall be doing is I shall be opening the server up to people who want to come and play, hopefully for a small donation. They'll be able to come here and play. They'll be able to take part in the stream if they so wish via voice chat, and also via text chat if they feel uncomfortable using voice. They will be allowed to stay on the server whilst I'm running these streams, and not necessarily just while the stream itself is running, but they'll also be able to stay on and play in their own time as well. So yeah, that's kind of big thing, because that means that we'll be able to have some adventures, and you won't just have to listen to my dulcet tones all day long. So okay, that's that out of the way. Now we have a few updates. As you probably noticed if you've watched previous streams, things have got a little tidier. I've been putting my OCD to work, getting all my storage over here. See, look, I've got all the storage all organized into categories, all my plants and things, and stone and cobblestone, all my bits and pieces organized over here. I have also slightly upgraded. Yesterday I was working on my power supply, and so I've slightly upgraded my fermenting barrels. If you remember, I was doing the canola plants, so I've upgraded that, and I have got my nice field plant up and working. I've decided not to put a second field in here because what I'm going to be working on today will hopefully vastly increase the capacity. As you can see, if I just stand here for a minute and watch, you can see the plants as I'm mousing over them. You can see the percentage of growth, and it's not hugely fast. And like some of these plants will take several minutes to grow to full maturity before this farmer thing here harvests them. Now, I did mention the other day that we were going to work on something called greenhouse glass, which vastly improves the speed at which crops grow, and the best way to demonstrate that speed is these things here. These are ender lilies. Now, they take a ridiculously long time to grow. I mean, we're talking in real time terms, several hours at least. Sometimes a bit less, sometimes a bit more, but they take an awfully long time, and I'm going to be demonstrating to you in a while just how effective this greenhouse glass can be. So let's get to it. Now, I made this thing the other day, this atomic reconstructor. If you remember the mod, it says at the top there in blue, actually additions. Now, this machine here is what they would refer to as the first tier of machine in actually additions. This allows you to build some of the more basic things, and it also allows you to prepare components for the second tier, which is what I'm going to be working on today. Now, as you can see in my recipes up here, these things here, display stand and empowerer, these are the two main items that I'm going to be working on today. So I have gone and got some ingredients ready. The way this works is you have a series of 4 display stands around the empowerer, and what that does is it allows you to place certain items around the central thingy here, and that allows you to create much more powerful items, in particular things like the greenhouse glass. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by making some of these display stands. Now, these require aesthetic quartz and green blocks. Now I've made some of those up already using this thing. It's basically you put quartz blocks in front of this thing like I showed you the other day. So I should have 15 of those and 15 of those. That's all of those. Now these advanced coils, I'm going to need a basic coil, which I have made some of already. There we go, 16 of those. And I need some gold nuggets. Let's get myself a block of gold, turn it into ingots. Let's just take half of it for now, turn that into nuggets. We'll come around to our crafting table here. And we're going to make, we need to make at least 7 of these, I think. So we'll make 5. Oh, I need a few more gold nuggets. Yeah, we'll make 7 of those for now. There we go, that's that. Okay, and then we need 5 of these display stand, because we need 4 to go around the main one, but the Empowerer also requires a display stand as part of its basic recipe. So we're going to make 5 of these. There we go, 5 of them. Now we need to make the Empowerer, which is a little bit more complicated. So I need 8 iron, 8 sticks, and a couple of black quartz. Couple of black quartz, 8 sticks, and somewhere hopefully some iron. There we go, 8 of those. Okay, so it gives us 2 of them. Cool. And then we need a double battery. Okay, so first we need to make a single battery. So we need Inori crystals. What's a block? And there's some crystals, and we need a few of those. Okay, so let's put our block there, get some crystals. Okay, a single battery there. And then we need to make the double battery. There, and we should have everything we need to make our Empowerer. Right, there we go. So we have the basic bits that we need. Put all those things back. Now what I've also done, let's just go and sleep back into the daytime. What I've also done in sort of preparation, because this machine is quite power hungry. Now you may remember I made one of these energy cells and I upgraded it so that it holds, as you can see there, 18 million RF. What I have also done, this little thing by the way, little nifty, it's an elevator. All I have to do is stand on there and hold shift. All I have to do is stand on there and hold shift. Come on. Okay, going on now, that doesn't sound good. Okay, it did work. Right. Okay, just a glitch there. Right, this is the only other slight disadvantage of playing on a server, is you may get a little bit of lag every now and again. That could have been what that was. So, as I was saying, I built that energy cell the other day. What I have done is built 3 more. Now, each of those is storing 18 million RF, and that gives me a nice little backup. And also, because I was producing a bit more power now through this energy system, it also allowed me to, you know, create some backup. Rather than just waste all that production, it was easier to just create some more energy cells. So what I'm going to do is I need my axe. There's my axe in my bag, I think. Here we go. Need my axe. what I need to do is figure out where I'm going to put this device. So first of all, the central device needs to be in the center of the configuration. Put it there, I think. So we'll put the Empower. There. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a good idea. Maybe. To put my pickaxe away. Yeah, gonna need that now. What I might do? Get that. And right. Just put it actually up on top of the ground rather than sunk down into it. So put that back there. Put my Empower. Yeah, put it there. That's better. Right, so then my 4 display stands, they each need to be 2 squares away, like so, from the Empower. Right, so there's one there, and one there. Okay, that's the basic setup. Now, what I need to do is go down underneath, see where I'm standing. So 328, 141. I need to run power lines. So go 328. Okay, let's see if we got this right. No, okay. Oh, come on, where is it? There it is. Making a mess. Right, so I do know now that my other device is going to be 1, 2, there. Yep. 1, 2, there. 2, there. And 1, 2, there. Right, okay. Because I'm going to have to run power lines to these from underneath, because as you can see they've all got 0 energy in them at the moment, all the ones around the outside. Okay, so let's make a few repairs to the ground. Yeah, that's what I need. That's there. Right, the next thing I need to do is make some energy conduits, and I have prepared, hopefully, there we go, this is the alloy I need, and then up and craft myself some energy conduits. I probably don't need quite that many. There we go, 40. That should be plenty for now. Now, because I've got all that power backed up down there, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be running out this battery here. So first off, I want to come into him and configure him to release power out that side. Is that correct? Yeah, there you go. So it's gone orange. I right click it again. See, when it's blue, that means accepting power, and when it's orange, that means it's pushing out power. There we go. Right, so connect a power line there. So we'll go straight up. Make sure I do this right. Okay, now I don't actually want that one to connect there. So what you have to do is you need this little tool called a Yeta wrench, which I think I might have in my bag. Came all the way up here for nothing. Now what we do, we go down there, get our wrench. We don't want it to connect to that one on that side, so what we do is we just click that. See? No, it's a separate power line, mainly because that battery at the top there is supplying out power to some of the other machines, and I'd much rather this set of batteries were powering out to my setup over here. So let's see if we've got enough cable. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go, power to that one. And then I think we can just run the power line around in a circle. What's the betting I'm going to get there? I'm going to need at least one more power line. Makes your head spin trying to do this upside down. Like so. And then you're going to have to go, actually no, let's take you out, sir. There we go. Like so. And now they should all be, yeah, all receiving power. Oh, excellent, excellent. Right, now we can demonstrate this new setup. Okay, so the way this works is that you put items around on each of these stands. I'll display for you in a minute. So let's have a look. Greenhouse glass. What do we need to make this? We need this thing, empowered palace crystal. So we need, let's see, so we need some cyan dye and 3 prismarine shards, and that was in the middle. So prismarine shards I prepared earlier, palace blocks I have, and then cyan dye. Yep, there we go. Right, now this is really cool. What you have to do is put all these items down here. I'm going to make a few of these, so you need to have all the items to hand. So what we do, we need prismarine shards in each one of 3 of these, like so. Just right click on the thing and it puts the item on top, and then 1 die. And then when we place the block in the middle, that happens. Yeah, that's cool. And that will change from a basic crystal to an empowered one eventually. Takes a while. There we go. Now all we need to do is we need to have an empty hand to pick that one up with. Thank you very much. And we do the same process again. One of those, one of those, one of them, like so. Yeah. Let's make a couple to start with. Sleep through the night. That's an explosion in the distance there. Lovely. Now, unfortunately, you always need an empty hand to pick one of these up. Here we go. Right, so we have 2 of these blocks. Now, to make the greenhouse glass, we need crystals, some saplings, and some glass. So, take this, put it there. Right, so we've got 18 of these crystals. Now we need some glass and some saplings, which I believe I have over here. Yes, we have some saplings. And here we have some glass. So now go to our crafting table, greenhouse glass, and we make nice 32 greenhouse glass. Oh yeah. Now this stuff is really funky. As you can see, when I was talking before, it's been like 20 minutes, and some of these have started to grow. A couple of them haven't even grown at all. What I'm going to do now, this greenhouse glass, the only stipulation with it is it must have a direct line of sight to the sun, so you can't do this underground. It's the only limitation of this stuff. Apart from that, it is pretty damn amazing, as you are about to see. So what I'm going to do is put a line of greenhouse glass above these ender lilies, like so. And just sit and watch. You go, look. These things, like I say, can take hours to grow. And there they are growing. Just like harvest that one, thank you, and that one, and that one, and that one. You see that one we grew almost immediately. This stuff is really, really good. Really, really good. And I mean, it does this to these crops. Let's have a look at this lot. Come on in, guys. Let's get you growing. You can see that whole line, look, it's all pretty much grown already. And that will essentially mean that now the setup that I've got with this power, with these things here, is not going to be able to keep up. It's simply not going to be able to keep up with the speed at which you're looking at these. They're pretty much all regrown already, which is very cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna stand here and watch for a second because this is absolutely amazing. Like I mentioned previously, these ender pearls are actually really hard to come by because endermen are tough to kill. They're pretty much one of the toughest things in game to kill, apart from the big bosses. So this is a really, really nice way of getting these things early on in the game. The ender lilies, by the way, I just got one and I picked those up. See there, ender lily. You get those by simply going out and breaking grass out in the world. Now, it is a very, very rare drop. It's less than 1%. I think it's like 0.2% chance of getting one, but you only need one to get you started, and then you have a chance. Like there, I've harvested probably about 10, and I got another seed, so you can just plant the other seeds. The only other thing that restricts getting these ender lilies is this stuff, end stone. Now normally you can only get that from what's called the end. It's another dimension, it's hard to find, and also it's completely full of endermen and the ender dragon. It's pretty much the end game stuff. So this end stone is normally very, very hard to come by. However, if you go mining down in the world, I'll show you actually. It's one place where I got blocks of redstone from, which is really nice because it's again kind of hard to get those early on. You can go down here because I seem to remember that when I was mining see these blocks of redstone, these appear around these things, these beehives. They generate blocks of redstone around them. There is another one which is Spidey. There is another one which is the bees from the end, they generate end stone around them, and I was lucky enough when I was out mining the other day to find one of those end hives, and it had about 9 of those end stone around it. So I quickly nabbed those, assuming that I would be able to find, in fact I found the stone, and then I went out and spent ages and ages and ages breaking grass to try and find a seed. Finally got a seed, and then thought to myself, well, I'm going to be trying this greenhouse grass because I know how good it is. So if I just wait patiently, then eventually I will be able to do this. Just go and collect lots of ender pearls. Now, ender pearls give you access to some of the higher tier metals. I think it's called vibrant alloy. Let's have a look. It's vibrant. Yeah, this stuff, vibrant alloy. This is used for making some of the end game stuff, like for example the energy conduits I'm using at the moment. Actually, let's try the energy conduits I'm using at the moment are these ones, these basic ones, and as you can see, they say max output 640 RF per tick, so not bad. You know, they're good for what I need at the moment. But then you have the next ones are the enhanced energy conduits, and then you have the ender, and as you can see, 640 per tick, 20,480 per tick. Those require vibrant alloy, which vibrant alloy requires ender pearls to make. And so having a decent supply of ender pearls, like I have here, there we go, I've got what, 16, 32, 35, plus a few more stashed somewhere else, I believe. So that gives me a very nice supply of easy to use things. Yeah, see, look, I've got another 16, 24 there. So yeah, doing good. Now, that was the major construction that I had planned for today. One other little interesting thing, get rid of these recipes, we don't need these anymore. Just bring this down. Well, I've shown you the other day this smeltery used for doubling ores. It's okay early game, but if you're processing a lot of ores, it can very quickly become tedious. Now, there is a way to automate this. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to automate this setup. Now, this only works if you've got exact blocks. Now, by that, let's think about this. So, there's 9 ingots to a block. So that means that you need to work in multiples of what, 18, because 9 is an odd number. So what I mean by that, let's see, so if I take 18, so 18 dollars 36. So what I want is 36 iron ore. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take 36 iron ore, and that should give me an even number of blocks when I transfer it, when I double the ore up. So I'll put that all in there and wait for that. While I'm waiting for that, I'll clear my inventory and get some bits that we're going to need to make this thing. What I'm going to be making is called a redstone clock. Now what that does is it sends a signal to whatever block it's attached to, telling it to pulse. So I'll show you how we use this. Put all this stuff away in my chest. We don't need that stuff. Okay. We'll put this there for a moment. Right. Okay, so what are we going to need? We're going to need you, redstone torch. What else do we need? We need some chiseled stone and some redstone. So let's grab some redstone. And we're going to need a stick. Going to need some chiseled stone, so let's get 4 stone. Chiseled stone, what you need to do with that, you need to get your chisel, like that. Right click on the chisel, and that allows you to take normal stone and turn it into chiseled stone. That'll do. Okay, so that should allow us to make our redstone clock. Night time again, just gonna go sleepy boys. Right, come over here and get one of these. Okay, there we go, a redstone clock. Now I also need to make a switch because I want to be able to switch this on and off depending on what I'm using my smeltery for. So I need to make a lever, which you do with a cobblestone and a stick, like that, and a lever. Now what I'm also going to need, what I'm basically going to be doing is automating one of these basins over here to automatically output blocks of iron, or blocks of anything really, depending on what we happen to be using at the time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a hole in the floor underneath this basin, like so. Actually, a bit bigger because I need to go down there. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding a hopper to suck out whatever goes into this basin. So to make a hopper, I need a chest and 5 pieces of iron. I think I have some chests over here. Yes, I do. And 5 pieces. There might be some iron over here, which would be handy. Yeah, block of iron. There we go. That's cool. So get one of those. Put that in there like that. And then we need a hopper. So come over here to my crafting table. Now a hopper is a chest in the middle with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 iron. And then of course I've just realised I actually need another chest. So I'm going to run all the way back over here again and get the other chest. There we go. Right, now what you need to do here is you need to put the chest down first, because you need to make sure that the hopper points to it. Actually, might have to make myself a bit more of a hole to work in here. I know, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, because you need to be able to see what you're doing. So what we're going to do, we're going to put the chest there. So that's going to where we're going to be able to access all our materials. And the hopper, we are going to, when you place a hopper, if you want it, like for example, normally if you place a hopper it will go straight down, but if you hold shift while you place it and look at what you want to be aiming it at, right, so hold shift, right click, see, look, the hopper is now connected to that chest. Now that makes life remarkably easy. So all we do now is fill back up that hole. There we go. So we can access the chest nice and easily from there. Now, this is the block, or the underneath the block that we want to be operating our redstone clock on. So what we're going to do, now as soon as I place this, it's going to start until I place the lever, because I haven't attached the lever on it. See, there are 8 blocks of iron. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my redstone clock and put there. See, and immediately it starts pouring. I get my lever, put my lever, shift click it onto there, and now once that's filled up, it shouldn't. Okay, so just gotta wait for that iron to cool. What should happen now, because that says off, actually hang on, yeah, see, look, see that the colours have stopped. That basically means now that when that iron is done cooling, it should drop out of the basin through the hopper and end up in the chest. There you go. Now, because this is switched off, it won't do another one. So it's only done 1 block and there are now 7 blocks left in there. However, if we switch it on, it's a bit of a patience game because we have to wait for it to pour and we have to wait for it to cool. So I'm just going to sit here quietly and watch. Normally I'd go off and do something else, but it's kind of, you need to watch this. So the iron will cool. Got the iron progress bar. And you see, as soon as it's cooled, it will drop as expected through the hopper. And because this thing is switched on, the redstone clock is switched on, it immediately starts pouring another block. Now that will keep going until it has completely drained whatever happens to be in there. Now the reason I said about doing an even number of blocks, an even number of ingots, is because let's say you had, like when it's pouring, let's say you had like 4 blocks and 3 ingots worth of stuff in there. It would pour all the blocks, but then it would try, because it's on automatic, it would try to pour those 3 ingots into this. Now if you know anything about these smelteries, it has to have a full block in there for it to work properly. So essentially, if you have 3 ingots go in there, it will just stay like half full. And the only way to get it out is either to put more iron in your smeltery, or to break this block and lose those 3 ingots. So that's why this automation process only really tends to work if you've got a nice even number of blocks to be drained out of your smeltery. However, the larger your smeltery, the more time it will take to do this. So like here I've got 2 basins, I could put clocks on each one and just set them to pour like so. You can also do this for just ingots. If you don't want it to produce blocks, it's a lot quicker to just do the ingots. So you could put a redstone clock up here and then do the same thing with the hopper and the chest underneath, and just continue to drain ingots out. And now this will very nicely be gathering blocks of iron for me. So what I will do now is go and grab another even number of blocks. Iron, there we go. So let's grab, that's what, 28, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 8, 36. So another 36 iron, and we're going to take them over there. Now this is a nice early game way of doing stuff. I mean, obviously later on you would be looking at proper machines to do this, doubling your ore and then smelting it all up for you. But this is a nice, easy, I mean, redstone is very easy to get hold of once you get down to the bedrock, once you're mining down there. So this is a very nice, easy way to automate your smeltery early in the game, and you can just walk away from it, assuming your chunk is loaded. Excuse me. You can just walk away from it and leave it, and that is pretty cool, because you know, it allows you to process large amounts of ore and just stick them in there and forget about them. And you see these are just burning up now, down to the last block coming out. So as soon as this lot goes in, there should be, what, another 8 blocks in there? Yeah. And there we go. There you go. So 9 blocks in total, and now that will just sit there and do its thing, and that will come back to that in a bit, and all your iron will be sat down there in the chest. Excellent. Right, so what are we going to do next? Now we've got our nice empowerer here. There are all kinds of interesting things that we can make with this. Whether or not I'm going to actually make any of those now, not so sure. But there are other things to do. So I'm just going to put my plants away and stuff. Now what I have done also in between yesterday and today is I have made a little bit of an expansion. Now what I'm planning on doing through here, see, look, I've expanded out my base. This is still within the borders of my claimed land, but out here I intend to build myself a little residence and maybe do some landscaping of my garden. I don't know, little swimming pool or something, and some, you know, pretty flowers and exploding things and all that kind of stuff, because you have to have stuff that explodes. It's just, you know, it's absolutely necessary. We previously put this to the committee, and they have told us that, you know, all these things need to be exploding on a regular basis. So that's pretty much what we're going to have to do. You know, all my ender pearls are all nicely grown again. Look at that, lovely. Ender pearls for days, which is kind of nice. It's grown again before I've even had a chance to pick up there. This is nice. You know, they're growing before I even get a chance to walk away with the stuff I've just gathered from them. Really, really nice. Really nice. And as you can see, my farm there is pumping away quite nicely. What I'd like to do is make some more. What I'll do between today and tomorrow is I'm going to fill this up so this whole patch is growing really quickly. And as you see, my machine simply can't keep up. It's stuffed to the brim because I have no longer anywhere to put my power. I've filled up 4 of these 18 million RF energy cells. So what I need to do next is figure out some way to use all this power. Now, that requires me building some much more interesting machines that work faster, process my ore better. A lot of the stuff about modded Minecraft, especially in these particular mod packs, is to automate the process. So like, for example, you go out mining, you come back with all your ores, you just pick out all the things that you want to process, dump them in a chest, and let it get on with it. So I'm going to be showing you that over the course of the next few days. What I'm going to be doing, this is going to be down here, my little machine room. I decided that I'm going to do more of the magic stuff upstairs and keep that space available up here to do magic related things and astral sorcery, which needs nighttime. And downstairs I'm going to hide all my machines. Seems to me to be like a good idea. So what we need to be doing is looking at the process by which we're going to change all our base ores into refined goods, and eventually build a system to transfer them all back to where they need to be, so that I can just, you know, make stuff as and when I need to. So yeah, we're going to be feeding out from these cells down here, and what we're going to be doing is setting up a line of processing along this wall so that we have machines along here. So one of the things I need to make, let's have a look, is a pulverizer. Now what this will do, pulverizer, make a basic one. So this needs a few bits and pieces, which we should have. Yeah, we should have most of this. Let's make one of those. What are we going to do? Pulverizer. So we need tin, iron, glass. Tin, iron. Come on, I know we have iron. Can't see it. There you go. Iron and some glass. There we go. Right, these machine frames, I'm probably going to need a few of them, so let's make a few of these machine frames just to get us going. So yeah, make 3 gears, and then 3 machine frames. There we go. Now what else do we need to make our pulverizer? We need a couple of flint, a piston that needs wood, cobble, iron, redstone. So we need some wood, it's all the way over there, and some cobblestone and redstone. So let's get some wood. Run over here, get some cobblestone and some redstone. Redstone. Where's my cobble chest? There we go. Right. Oh, and a couple of flint on that. That's a flint. Couple of them. Yeah. Oh yeah, we need copper and gold. Copper and copper, 2 of those, 1, 2, and we need 1 of those, oxygen, and then we need a piston, like so, and that gives us a pulverizer. Excellent. Right, this funky little device, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it, let's see, there. Okay, now, should have brought some energy conduits down with me. No, redstone, energy conduits. Okay, we'll need some more of those soon, which is fine. We have power. There we go, connected up, and he's now filling up with power. Now this little chap is currently redstone configuration basically means whether he requires a signal to work or not, and he doesn't. This is disabled currently. So let's see, we are going to auto input, and we're going to be inputting, let's input from the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and get a chest. The simplest way to do this is just to have a couple, actually make a couple of chests. Do 2 chests, like so. And let's go and grab some more. Let me show you how this works. See, we've been processing iron over in the smeltery there, which, you know, is okay for the beginning of the game, but then you want to be starting to do things like this. So what I'm going to do is, I think it will pull directly from a chest. I don't remember if it does or not. Stick a chest on top, stick some iron on it. Yep, there we go. See that? And he's pulverizing away. And then we're going to set the side for output, pop him down there, and that should, there you go, look, start filling the chest with pulverized iron. So basically every piece of iron ore that goes through that pulverizer will turn into 2 of these, which you can then just smelt up to make multiples. Now he's a little bit slow right now. There are upgrades. Let's make an upgrade for him. What we're going to do is we're going to make one of these a hardened upgrade. So we need a bronze gear, 4 invar and 2 redstone. Let's do that. Bronze gear, 4 invar. So we need 4 bronze. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 4 invar. Was it 2 redstone? Oh yeah, we've got redstone. Okay. So let's make a bronze gear. Like so. And then hardened upgrade. There we go. Now with these upgrades, like I showed you, same thing with the energy cells are from the same mod, thermal expansion. So all you do, right click him, see, and he becomes hardened, which essentially means he can hold more power and he processes ores a bit faster. And as you can see with these upgrades, that's just the first one. And you can do a reinforced, a signalum, and a resonant. These obviously get harder and harder to make, but then by the time you get to this one, the machine is insanely fast. But that is already quite faster, quite a bit faster. So that's a start. Now what we need to think about doing, let's have a look. So let's look at thermodynamics. What would be ideal is, rather than pump stuff into the chest, is to pump it straight into a furnace. Redstone furnace. Let's see, can we get one? Oh, we made the machine frame bricks. Okay, so we need to make some bricks, so we need to fire up some clay. Right, let's get on that. So, go and get some clay. Sand, gravel and clay. Let's get half a stack. Grab some coal just in case we need some. Okay, which we don't. Put some clay in there. And some clay in there. Right, now while that's cooking up, do the recipe thing. There we go, put it up on my recipe list. No, I don't have to worry about it. So get rid of the redstone clock, don't need that anymore. Redstone furnace, so we need gold, 2 redstone, and we're going to need some more copper. White copper, we're going to need some more copper. And it's my prepared earlier. Look at that. Let's have a quick look over here. 16 blocks of iron, all nicely done. So we'll turn you off for a bit. See, quite handy. While I've been doing other stuff, that's processed 16 blocks of iron. Nice. And how are you doing? Let's have a look. Stone furnace. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 8 altogether. 6 will do. Thank you. And those. So we'll get those into a little square like that. Get 1, 2 of those. Oh, we don't have gold. Okay, well we do have copper. We can make. Oh yeah, take it out of block form. There we go. 2 copper gears. Redstone. So I think we have everything apart from, yeah, we need a piece of gold. Okay. Piece of gold. I'm going to get short of gold. To take care of that between now and tomorrow. Okay, so redstone furnace. Oh, there we go. That should be everything we need to make a redstone furnace. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go down and have a look at our little setup here with the pulverizer, which is still working away. What we're going to do, we're going to tell him to stop by asking him to require a redstone signal, which means after he does that one, he stopped. So we have a look in here. What have we got? All kinds of funky stuff. So we're going to take these out. We're going to break that chest. And what we're going to do is we're going to put our furnace there. Now we're going to tell our furnace to accept on the left hand side. There we go, and put out on the right hand side. Sure, we're going to put our chest there. And then we're going to probably need to give our poor little redstone furnace some power, like so. There we go, powering up nicely. Now, when I switch this one back on, what will happen now? There we go, switching back on. He's processing up stuff which goes straight into there, and he's cooking it. And he should put finished iron into the chest. So basically what we're doing, we're pumping in iron ore at this end, and then at the other end coming nice little iron ingots. And there you go. Simple little process, 2 machines. This is basically doing the job of the smelter, which is, you know, kind of a rather gargantuan setup. This now is just 2 chests. This can be simplified even further. Like for example, well, I'm going to need to upgrade this machine because obviously now he won't be able to keep up with this one because he's pulverizing the stuff faster than he can smelt it. So I'll give him an upgrade as well. And that, now I can just pump ore into the top there, so I can just go and get some, let's see, we were running out of gold, but I don't think I actually got any gold. Have a look. No, I haven't got any gold. Okay, well, fair enough. Let's get some copper. because a lot of these things that we're making will require copper. So what we do is we come and put our copper ore in the top there. He will carry on producing. He's still working through that stack of iron that I put in there just now, and he's working on it. The only slight issue here, you see, you have two windows here. This is where when he's breaking down iron ore, it will produce two pulverized iron here. However, I don't know if you noticed, but when I took all that iron out, there was also some of this pulverized nickel. Because the way this pulverizer works is that every now and again it creates a secondary product, and that can be problematic because some ores produce a second product which can't be smelted. So an idea here, what you can do with the configuration, you see the orange is that window there, so the orange is going out to the top. You see, look, and then the yellow is set to the bottom, so you can't put that nickel anywhere because it says it's supposed to be going out to the bottom. So all we have to do to solve that is we have to make a little here on the here, like that. And I think, yeah, I have enough. I think it's raining. Is it raining? Yeah, it's raining. God's sake. England, always rains. Always raining. Bloody hell. Right, so what we do, this is a handy little thing for some of those secondary products. Some of them are quite rare. Oh, yeah, didn't think that through. Can't open the chest because there's something above it. Bugger. Oh, I know. Oh, I know, do the smart thing. Get item duct. Nah, you're a clever man. Kinda, sometimes-ish. So what we do is we break this one, and then we break the chest. Okay, and then what we do is we place an item conduit under there, and then put the chest down here. Actually, tell me that second item conduit should, hopefully, if you go to the bottom. Now that should, any secondary output should go down there now. Fingers crossed. And what we can do, if we're processing a lot of ores, any secondary output that would, see what will happen is, see that there, there's sulfur, pulverized gold. Okay, so copper produces pulverized gold. Why isn't that feeding it? Oh, I know, because I haven't set the conduit up. Okay. What you have to do is set the conduit up. So extract, always active, and insert, not extract. There we go. Gold's going in there. Cool. Yeah, you see some of these secondary products, like I mentioned, can't be smelted. So what will happen, if there's nowhere for that secondary output to go, it will block the pulverizer and won't allow you to pulverize the next ore, because it will want to put its secondary output there as well. So by doing this, any secondary output we've got, we can just manually put through the smelter later on, or if it's stuff that can't be, then deal with that as appropriate. As you can see here now, this boy is just quite happily producing stuff, and that's it really. So that is kind of cool, because that now means that we can automatically process our ores. We just dump them in there, secondary output comes out down there, and finished ingots into there. So now what I can do, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run upstairs. Don't like the rain. I need to put a roof on this bloody place. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sleep. Hopefully the rain will stop. I said hopefully that, yeah. So what I'm going to do, just organise that a bit. Let's grab some copper, some nickel, some lead, all the things, maybe some more iron, maybe some silver, maybe some tin, all those. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump them all in the top chest there. like so, and that will simply tick away quietly to itself and fill that chest up with ingots, and hopefully put some interesting bits and pieces down in that one. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that. And that's pretty much it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Obviously, if you do like what you're seeing, please follow me on Twitch. I'm gone back to just single platform broadcasting now. I'm only broadcasting out onto Twitch, mainly because it's better. That's all I'm going to say about it. It's better. There are other options available, but they're not as good. So, thank you for watching, if you were, and I will see you again same time tomorrow. And bye for now.